Hi, this is Chief Education Officer Bill Olsen, and welcome to another school district update. Well, I'm filming this just after Halloween, and I have to say I want to congratulate all of our staff, administration, students, and volunteers for many of the costumes that they wore. This is where the true spirit of an organization comes through, and our staff and students were just fabulous in terms of enjoying the day of Halloween, obviously focused on learning, but with some special times during the day where they're able to enjoy each other's costumes and traditions associated with Halloween. We enjoy holidays, we enjoy special events and special occurrences such as Halloween and other times that build the culture, build the spirit, build the connections and the closeness between our staff and students throughout the year. We are in the strategic planning process. We had our first meeting about a week and a half ago. We have another meeting coming up next week, a week from today, and that will be on November 8th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. We have about a 25-member committee of staff, students, community members, business leaders. Our first meeting involved some excellent conversation about the process, about some of our hopes and dreams for the education of Merrimack students. This next week, we'll be talking at length about some of the focus areas of our strategic plan. Those focus areas include improving student learning and outcomes for all students, providing facilities that are clean, that are appropriate, and that meet the common day needs, or the current day needs, I should say, of our staff and society. That includes our thoughts that down the road, at some point in time, as an organization, to be competitive, to be able to attract and retain highly qualified staff, I may entertain the idea of partnering with a child care organization to have child care within one of our school buildings, so that it makes it more easy for staff members to come to work in Merrimack, because sometimes that's an inhibiting factor. Child care is expensive. Child care may be located in a different community other than which a teacher works, and so we're looking at all variables in terms of how do we attract and retain highly qualified staff. So just in the talking stages at the present time, but trying to think innovatively in terms of how we can provide the best quality staff for our students and continue to provide the best quality staff and retain those staff given the current day needs of the labor force. So that's part of the facilities conversation in the strategic planning process. A couple of other focus areas, fostering a culture of well-being for both students and staff. How do we make it a more enjoyable experience for our students, and how do we make it a very enjoyable, engaging, connecting events for our staff, work environment for our staff. We will also be talking about our curriculum and the need for curriculum alignment across all levels. We've done a lot of work. I have to congratulate our Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum Instruction, Amy Doyle. Amy has done an absolutely extraordinary job in working with all of our staff to improve our curriculum. We don't want any old, stale curriculum in the Merrimack School District. We want it up-to-date, current, reflecting modern trends, current information, and we'll be always looking forward. There is no curriculum review that should take 5, 6, 7 years. It should only take a year or two with a committee to make a decision, to understand how to make and what to do to make our curriculum relevant with the rigor that we expect for all of our students. And we will also be revisiting the vision of a learner and the vision of a graduate, which has been articulated over the last year and a half to 2 years. So that's just the strategic plan process. Very involved. It'll take a number of months, but we anticipate certainly providing the school district and the community with a report and a 3-year strategic plan before the end of the school year. We're right in the heart of budget season. We've been meeting with all of the principals, all of the administrators who have budget responsibility in terms of understanding the priorities and how those priorities that they are articulating meet with, first of all, the current and emerging needs of students, how they reflect those needs, and also how those priority needs expressed by the budget administrators align with the school board goals that were set once again last June. We've had some excellent, 2 consecutive and excellent school board goal setting meetings over the last couple of years, and we want to make sure that there's consistency with what we do across the district, there's understanding, and there's a common sense of direction that we need to pursue and move towards in this school district. That's based on information. It's based on hard data and anecdotal data. One of the things that we always do is meet with the staff, and I ask them, what are the current and emerging needs that you see of our students? What are we doing a good job at, but what do we need to improve at also? Because we can always, as an organization, and particularly an educational organization, we can always improve what we do to make the learning experience better for all students, to make it more relevant for all students, to make it more varied for all students. And once again, my philosophy is we don't use the old model and continue with the old model of making sure that all students adapt to our model of education, that we have to adapt to what student needs are, what their learning styles are, what they respond to in terms of types of instruction, the time of instruction, the different variables in terms of how we allow them to express whether they have learned something or not, focusing on extended learning opportunities as an alternative and also competencies. And we're working to develop competencies across the district with the New Hampshire Learning Institute. That will be a 3-year process. We've already been into it for a year. We've got a couple more years to go because we want to do it with great fidelity and not represent window dressing to the school board and to the public. I have no patience for that. Whatever we do, I want to make sure we do with high quality, and it represents the best interests of our students and the best interests of our staff. We are continuing throughout the school district with school safety training. The Merrimack Middle School has a training coming up shortly. That training will involve a kind of a simulated walkthrough of what would happen if there was an intruder, and we hope that will never happen in Merrimack, but we have to be prepared. And so I want to congratulate the middle school staff for participating in that along with the students. Thanks to also Detective Bill Vanderside of the Merrimack Police Department for his continued excellent work in school safety with all of our personnel. We will be completing shortly the mandatory school bus evacuation training. That's extraordinarily important in that we want our students to know how to get out of a vehicle if it is ever in an accident, particularly if the driver should unfortunately be incapacitated to some extent. So it's mandated by the state, but it's also extraordinarily important that we make sure that our students are prepared. I want to thank our Assistant Superintendent for Business, Matt Chevenel. Matt does an outstanding job in terms of budget, operations, facilities. I mean, you name it, and Matt is involved in it. Matt has just applied for a Safe Schools grant that is available through the state. I don't want to tell you what he's applied for because we don't talk about in public school security matters and what we've done, where we've done it, because we don't want to give anyone any clues in terms of any weaknesses or vulnerabilities that may perhaps exist. So just know that Matt has been very vigorous in seeking grant monies. I think he's applied for about $300,000 for a couple of very important strategic school security matters. I want to congratulate 6 Merrimack High School students who have been selected for the New Hampshire Music Educators Association Jazz All-State Festival. I'm going to read you their names in just a second here, if you will allow me. I have their information right here. Ron Beck from the high school has notified us, and Honors Jazz Band is Trey Grant on the lead trumpet, and Hikari McDowell on the first alto saxophone. The Honors Jazz Choir is Julia Hodgson, soprano voice, and Jazz Choir of Adelina Camerlin, alto voice, Shaylin Sasha, soprano voice, and Rachel Yesevich, soprano voice. We congratulate those 6 students for their selection for the New Hampshire Music Educators Jazz All-State Festival. It is a very, very competitive process, and they represent the very best. And so congratulations to all of them. We talked about the middle school safety drills. I want to congratulate Sarah Campbell and her Quiz Bowl team. As you know, Merrimack has an outstanding history of performance in the New Hampshire Quiz Bowl. 8 students were vying for an invitation to the state tournament in the spring. The Merrimack team, under the direction of Sarah Campbell, went 9-1 in 10 competitions, and they won the competition. And so they will be participating, certainly in the competition, state competition in the springtime. The Merrimack girls soccer team won the Tri-County Association Championship, and this is about the first time in the last 20 years that a Merrimack girls soccer team has won that championship. So congratulations to them. Lots of hard work on their part and the coaching staff. I want to congratulate also 7th grader Zoe Cola. Zoe, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, who has won the New Hampshire Middle School Cross Country Championship. It's the first time ever that a female athlete has won from the Merrimack Middle School, and we congratulate her. The last time we had someone win that championship from the middle school was in the year 2007. I was not here at that time, unfortunately, and that was Jack Conlon. But Zoe, congratulations on winning that championship. I know you've done an outstanding job. We want to congratulate Melanie Bedard, who has qualified for the New Hampshire Cross Country Meet of Champions. We have some great runners in Merrimack, some great track athletes and cross country athletes. Melanie has won the New Hampshire Cross Country Meet of Champions that will be taking place at Alvern High School in one of the upcoming weekends. So once again, outstanding students doing fabulous things and bringing great pride to the Merrimack School District, and we are exceptionally proud of them. Also, here's an interesting note from one of our staff members. And you don't often hear something from with regard to curriculum and instruction, but I'd like to read this to you. This is from a teacher at Thornton's Ferry, Rebecca Lassard. I want to share how amazing the mystery science lessons have been for my students. I've had 100% engagement for each and every lesson we have completed, and our conversations have been incredibly rich. Each lesson contains thoughtful talking points and allows for students to demonstrate their learning in different ways, which is extraordinarily important. At our team meeting, our whole team of teachers has shared similar experiences. This has been an outstanding purchase and commitment that our district has made to help ensure consistency of teaching and learning across the elementary schools. Rebecca, thank you for that nice note, because it validates what we're trying to do in Merrimack. In working with the staff, we've got an outstanding staff working towards curriculum improvement, upgrades, improvements, modernization, to make sure we are presenting our students with the most current, the most accurate information. We want them to be outstanding learners. And to that end, we will continue with making curriculum decisions that are in the best interest of students, providing also our teachers with the professional development that is necessary to implement any new curriculum content. That's extraordinarily important. You just don't buy a curriculum program, put a book or materials on the desks, and expect it to work miracles with students. It takes training of the teachers, and they have invested many, many hours across our district in a variety of disciplines in terms of learning the new curriculum that we are bringing to this school district. I want to thank you for listening. We've got a very busy time of year upcoming with lots of holidays and cultural events. Take time for yourself. Take time for your families. I always enjoy talking with you. So Bill Olsen, I'll see you next time.